Live to fight another day. Nice fish right here. Later, dude.
Good evening, good evening. What is up? Welcome to another episode of Kayak-A-Bass Live. Had some technical difficulties, and we're broadcasting our voices, and I don't know exactly how that happened, but, you know, stuff happens, whatever. Wes always messes up with something, right? If it ain't one thing, it's another.
It's the theme of the show.
Yeah, it is Kayak-A-Bass Live. Don't expect perfection. I don't know what's up. Like it's like I got a weird casted shadow behind me, and my Yak-A-Bass banner fell down. I got to get new tape or something. So, granted, it kept falling off all last week too. See, look, I'll put it up and it'll fall. It'll fall like in 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes.
Gotta get it together.
I'm just gonna have to staple it, I guess. Whatever. But welcome. We're glad you were here. Glad you're watching. We've only got 5 viewers tonight. I guess nobody likes Will. Sorry, Will.
I told you. Will's not on yet.
Yeah, Will's on, but he's in standby mode. You guys can probably still hear him, but you know, whatever. So what we want to do is we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We've actually got over 600 likes on Facebook right now, which is pretty spectacular, man. We appreciate the support. Hopefully, when we hit 1,000 likes, we're gonna have some sort of a giveaway of some kind. But we'll see. Let's see. Look my blue collar angler shirt on. I think David's got his on too tonight.
Mine.
Blue collar anglers. Yeah. See, hold on. You guys see it? See the back of it? The pretty lady on the back. Pretty lady. Hold on. Look, do my against the wall pose. But
Whoa.
yeah, a little raunchy there. I'm sorry. Granted, probably pretty much just have our California guys. They all know me better than people across the nation. Know I'm kind of a character. But anyway, so
yeah. Hey, next is the Yak-A-Bass online event. It started on the 1st. It's you only got 5 days left. The team event.
Yeah, they're the 15 teams. I didn't grab the stats on that. If you can, maybe I can grab that real quick. Am I able to grab that super fast? I don't even know here. In the meantime, we want to remind everybody we archive the show on YouTube. So if you missed an episode and you want to watch it, you can go back, a couple weeks later and watch it on YouTube, or actually watch it on Facebook Live, on Facebook page. And it's relatively easy to find. Kayak-A-Bass Live. Searches on there. Granted, I believe we come up with Kayak-A-Bass and TV and all the Chad Hoover's channels and all the other stuff on there too. But
check us out. If you missed it, just
Yeah, the Tourney X app doesn't let me bring up the ones that I wasn't entered in. Let's see. But with that, 6 fish limit, 3 per angler. That's how it was going. I imagine it's still Team Donkey Slayers in the lead with Jason Cullen and Noah Stevens because they're just a pretty good team.
Killing it on their floating. What do you call them? Kickboats?
Kickboats, yeah, but it's not just. Yeah, but I believe just Jason is in the kickboat, and he actually just posted the other day about wanting to switch over to a kayak so he can fish the KBF events because he wants a chance. He wants a crack at that $100,000 next year, as do all of us.
Might as well have both.
Here we go. So Yak-A-Bass 2-person team, Donkey Slayers, Team Donkey Slayers, of course. The won't let me break it down. Maybe if I turn it sideways. Oh, it does, yeah. So Mr. Noah's got 61 3/4, and Jason's got 61 inches, 122 3/4 inches. Looks like they haven't improved since last week. But
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's already up there. So
Lonnie Owen Jr. still got the 24 1/4 big fish, about a 9-pounder. For those who aren't familiar with how big a 24 3/4 inch fish is, about 9 pounds. It's a monster.
Big fish.
Big fish. So I want to remind everybody, we got a couple events we want to remind you to get signed up for. The May online photo contest is a no peeky photo contest, meaning just like a standard everyday tournament where you really don't know. In a basketball tournament, they have no idea until the end of the day when they come in and weigh their bag. But that's going to be a month-long event, so I have no idea. Going to no peeky that bad boy. That's something I'm more interested in because, if I don't know, Jason Cullen's whooping my rear end, I'm still going to go out there and fish. I'm not going to give up.
That's it's going to be fun. I like that. I'm definitely going to join this one. I skipped the team event. I don't know. I hadn't been getting out enough, but I think I'm definitely going to join this one. It sounds fun. It's only $36, and it's all month long in May.
Yeah, all month. May 1st through 31st. That's a 5 fish limit. So you'll be your best 5 fish on Tourney X. I actually talked to Ernie today. He's got some pretty cool ideas for some events coming up. He came into work, and I showed him the new Missile Baits 48, which we thought was going to be like more a drop shot bait. Turns out it's more like a Cinco style bait. It's a little longer.
Yeah, I know. When I saw it on the Instagram, I thought it was going to be a drop shot bait too.
Yeah, it's not.
But when I see this, it's a lot bigger.
You could definitely drop shot it. I mean, it's definitely small enough in diameter to drop shot, but you can tell it's not really what it's intended for because it actually has the ends. The ends are a little bigger, and then it tapers into the center for a wacky kind of style. But anyways, if you weren't aware, the boys on the Yak-A-Bass online side, they picked up. If you guys didn't see Josh's live stream he did last night. They picked up Big Ol' Pig for a year-long big fish photo contest, which is pretty cool. It's only $15, and it starts now. I believe it started on the 22nd, which was 3 days ago. It's a big fish contest that'll last all year. It's $15, and it ends on December 15th. I believe 70%. I believe the payout's going to go to the winner, and then there's going to be a Big Ol' Pig prize pack, and then there'll be Big Ol' Pig monthly giveaway as well. So if you catch the big fish for the month, then you also have the opportunity to win something there as well, which is pretty cool. $15. What the heck?
Yep.
And if you win it, I can almost bet you're gonna win more than $15 in gear. A $15, $20 shirt or better. So get signed up for that. $15. What's it gonna hurt you? And I believe that is open to our neighboring states. Oregon and Arizona and Idaho. Granted, we in California may have a slight advantage there, but not enough when you can still technically catch a big fish in any of those states. We all have big fish in all of our states, so let's get it done. Another reminder, KBF Trail Event, California Delta. Last week we had Richard Penny on to talk about that. Get signed up now. I believe we have 18 guys signed up. We are 12 shy of making the minimum. but I know we're going to make it. But get signed up anyway, so that way we have the peace of mind and we're not sitting there scrambling at the very last minute and worrying that it may not happen. But it's going to happen. So get your butt signed up. I believe as soon as my winnings are deposited through Tourney X, I'm going to be signing up. If they were on there now, I would sign up on camera live on Kayak-A-Bass Live to show that I really am signing up.
Sign me up too.
Yeah.
Support. Show some support.
Some charity. Yeah. Your hair's not long enough and your boobs aren't big enough. Sorry, buddy. You're not pretty. Not pretty enough.
Much hair.
That's all right, David. We still love you.
But yeah, the trail event in Delta, man, I'm excited for that. So
yeah,
I need to sign up too.
May 13th. So it's only like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, I asked for it off. I just gotta sign up.
It's 3 weeks. 3 weeks away. So we got 3 weekends till then. So get out there, pre-fish now. It's an open launch. It is a 5-fish limit. This is not a 3-fish limit. This is a 5-fish limit. So this is gonna separate the men from the boys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So the guy can catch himself 5 fish. He may catch three big ones and then 2 keepers, 2 little dinks, but 5 fish. Let's get it going.
5 solid fish.
Yeah, 5 fish, man.
Yeah.
If you want to get out there, just toss Senkos. You can catch 5 fish doing that. And
Dude, Senko's catch on the Delta,
the
man.
top,
they do.
Guaranteed. Even if we get 30 people, if we only get the minimum, guaranteed 5 anglers will qualify for the national championship. It's the top 10%, but anywhere from 30 to 50, it's 5. Anywhere from I think it's at 60, we add another space. $1,000 for first place, and then at the top 10% are guaranteed some sort of money payback. Look at my things falling. I can see it falling behind me. So get signed up. It's $50. It's $50 entry, $25 surcharge if you're a non-KBF member. But if you decide, if you do place and you place high enough to win a qualifying spot, you have 1 week. You have 1 week to become a KBF member. Otherwise, your spot will trickle down to the next guy who is a KBF member. So after the 1 week, your $25 surcharge will actually count as a credit. So you only have to pay the extra $25 to become a member. Win-win. $50 entry, $20 Heroes on the Water Big Bass for that event. I'm not exactly I believe all the proceeds from that will go to Heroes on the Water. This is going to drive me nuts, dude. I probably should just rip it down, but...
Don't worry about it, man. It's all good.
All right. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for the Yak-A-Bass California Delta event. It's actually the following Sunday, the 21st. It's a $42 entry. It's supposed to be at Trace Oasis, but due to high water, due to high water and high water flows, that part of the Delta is actually closed to boating. That includes us kayakers. So we may actually have to move that. I believe James is going to be in contact with the Department of Fish and Wildlife to get that changed to somewhere else. Where? Not really sure. But we will get that changed because we're not going to cancel. No, not going to happen. We already canceled one event. We don't need to cancel another. James says he's working on it. Richard says 16, so my bad. I thought we had 18, but Richard says we have 16. 50% of how pot goes to Big Bass winner, the other 50%. Okay, so it's 50-50. Thanks, Richard, for clarifying that. Also, reminder, this weekend, the Informative Fisherman's Expo at Modesto Toyota from noon to 6 p.m. It's completely free. Come on down. We're going to be there. We're going to be, both David and I are going to be down there Saturday as a vendor.
Fun.
We're still kind of coordinating and got to figure out where I'm going to get a pop-up. I have a pop-up, but it's sun bleached, and I don't want to take it. It's embarrassing. I don't want to bring it out there, so I'm going to figure something out. We're just going to set up a booth. I'm going to contact my buddy, see if I can get a banner made, post-stat kind of thing. But yeah, there's a free fishing pond for the kids, casting contest, free fishing seminars, a huge raffle drawings all day. So it'll be throughout the entire day. There'll be stuff to be given away. Vendors, Bass Pro, BWA, Evolution Baits, Delta Rat, Wiley X, St. Croix, Undercover Sportsman, Boat Country, Cal Coast Fishing, Lucky Tackle Box, Delta Prop, Ultimate Bass Radio, TNT Jigs, Old Trapper Jerky. This is Trapper Tackle. Old Trapper Jerky, Lake Camanche, First Hatch Guide Service, Kayak-Bass Live, us, Rip and Lips Apparel, Motion Media, Jason's Mobile Decal, Warpath Flies, Canopy Grenades, Bay's Boat Care, and many, many more. I believe there are some more vendors that are being developed. We have a conversation going on amongst the vendors for the event, and I believe Nick said he's got a few more coming as well. So with that, we want to.
By the way, James, he commented and said he has the okay to move the tournament already. He's just waiting to see if they open up Tracy or not.
Okay, cool. Right on.
Good.
Okay, so with that, what else we got next? Upcoming events across the nation. So this week we got the KBF Trail and Cayuga Lake, KBF Trail Kent Lake, MSKA KBF Trail. It's a combo event between the two on Stonewall Jackson Lake, Bluegrass Yak Masters Del Hollow Lake, Cats Kayak Angler Tournament Series in Texas, Decker Lake. I believe that's one of Greg Blanchard's favorite lakes that he's fished during the Cats events down there. But anyways, Kayak-Bass Series Open number 3 at Lake Dardanelle. River Bassin Qualifier with the Kayak Anglers in Goldsboro, River Bassin Regional Rock Hill, South Carolina, the Kayak Anglers Central, New York on Duck Lake. Next week, KBF Trail Coosa River and the Kayak Anglers Western Pennsylvania, the Presque Isle in Erie. I'm guessing it's Lake Erie, but I don't know if that's Presque Isle. I don't know if I said that right. I apologize if I butcher that, gentlemen, if you are watching from way out yonder. So let's talk about some results from last week. Last week, KBF Trail at Lake Chickamauga. There were actually a couple different events. I didn't see that one listed. Maybe I missed it or something, or maybe it was mistitled. But anyways, Lake Chickamauga on Saturday, same day as our Yak-A-Bass event. They had 52 anglers. 282 fish were caught. Third place went to Jay Wallen. He's actually the guy, I believe, who won the KBF AOY last year. Jay Wallen, 84 3/4 inches, and a big fish of 20 inches. David Neese, I believe I say it. David Neese, 86 1/4 with a big fish of 19 3/4. And Garrett Campbell took first with 86 1/4 with a big fish of 23 3/4, which was actually the big fish of the event. That must have been the tiebreaker. That was a tiebreaker.
Crazy.
Nothing like getting the big fish of the event and having to be your tiebreaker to determine you're the winner. Pretty cool. Michigan Kayak Trail event number 1 at Gull Lake Marine. Same day as ours. They had 123 anglers. 231 fish were caught, which is actually somehow less than the one from Lake Chickamauga, but it is what it is. Sean Q, 84 1/4 inches, 19 1/2 big fish. Travis Terry, second place, 88 3/4 inches with a big fish of 20 1/2, and Patrick Tharp, a 90-inch total with a big fish of 19 1/4. And the big fish of that event went to Brian Keeley, 20 3/4 inches. Congratulations to all those gentlemen who fished that event and placing well. We want to give a big shout out. I want to give a big shout out. I believe David would want to give a shout out to. I believe he's actually live on Facebook right now, so you're probably not actually going to get to see this. But Jason Borofka, dude, he kicked ass up at Clear Lake this weekend. He was my opinion, I believe he was the most consistent guy. He lost by just under 1.5 pounds. It was like 1.36 pounds. Not a whole hell of a lot, but at Clear Lake, it's not really that hard to make up that deficit. But he did come to second. But he kicked ass all weekend. I believe he was in second, starting the second, and then again on the third day. But congratulations to Jason. He ended up he finished second at the Wild West Bass Trail Pro-Am at Clear Lake. 59.73 pounds was his total. He was extremely consistent. Jason also moved into second place in the AOY standings, which is pretty cool. He's 3 points behind the leader and 12 points ahead of third place. So he's got himself a little bit of a cushion between him and third place, as well as he's right on the tail of Randy Pearson, I believe, is in first.
They got the Delta event coming up, I know he's been fishing the Delta for a long time, so he's got good chances out there.
Yeah, that's definitely his neck of the woods. Somewhere he's definitely more comfortable, I believe. Big shout out to Jason. Maybe he'll watch after the fact. I don't know, but we shall see.
Good job, man.
Yeah, congrats. I also want to do a shout out to my buddy Steve Melander. He's got a Facebook page he started called Motherlode Kayak Angler. He's not only is he a buddy of mine, he's also a Trapper Tackle teammate, and he shot a couple of videos between our pre-fishing and during the tournament of this Yak-A-Bass event, and he posted them up on there, and he did a really good job. He's great at narrating and talking through what he's going through in the process and his thoughts and what his plans are, and he did an excellent job. And I want to give him a shout out. And if you have a chance, go over there, give Motherlode Kayak Angler a thumbs up, a like, and watch those videos that Steve's put together. He's doing a good job, and I look forward to seeing what he does with those in the future. So now I've done through all that spiel, taking forever. We ran super late as usual. What can you do? Nothing profession. And David's dog giving a big old snore.
Jeez, man.
As always, like, share, comment on our stream. If you share, if the share gets you the enter, but the like and the comment helps us out, lets people know that you are watching and that you are participating. And by asking questions and stuff, it helps us grow and do more things, more giveaways. The more giveaways, the more we grow, the more opportunities for more companies to come on board, and more giveaways for you to win, more items for you to win, etc., etc. So share the stream for a chance to win some Trapper hooks. All right. With that, let's go to a little interlude, and then we'll bring William right on. Right? Sound good? Be right back.
Winner on.
Bring you right back. And we are live, back with Mr. William Pfingst. I said that correct, right? What up,
guys?
What up?
Yeah, going on.
What up? Oh, I gotta switch to auto live here, so that way when I push the button, boom, it goes to David too, so we can see David here. So David's on the screen, and I'm on the screen, and David's on the screen, and I'm on the screen. Right on. So how you doing, Will? How's it been going?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm fantastic. I'd ask you if you've been fishing, but we already know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have not been fishing.
You have not been fishing? Nope. You
You've
haven't
been winning.
Yeah, you've been winning. You've been catching, dude. You've been catching.
Yeah.
I've caught a few recently.
Yeah. You know what, dude? You probably should go ahead and put that light back on. We'll just suffer through it.
You've got the right to you recently, apparently.
There we go.
Yeah, a whole lot of luck. Sorry, walked up from ground zero. My bad. So, yeah, just luck, pretty much.
Right on. So, for those of you who didn't actually see the results or weren't following along, we'll go ahead and do a top 5 countdown. So, in 5th place, we had Michael Lavoie with 51.5 inches. Then we had in 4th place David Owen. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. 51 3/4. Owen.
Yeah.
Whatever. I apologize. I need to put somebody needs to put the font. I need to put the phonics behind some of these names people have. Then we had Andy Rao with 51 3/4 inches. Andy must have had the bigger fish between the two because he tied with David. And then yours truly, 2nd place, 53 inches. And then
Congrats.
Mr. William in first with 53 3/4. We also, and then we had the big fish. Robert Murray, 21 inches total, or for a big fish. He beat out Cody by a quarter of an inch for the big fish. So props to Cody, because Cody did catch himself a solid fish too. Just happened to lose by a quarter. I guess close calls is kind of the theme for the weekend, right?
Yeah, you know how that goes, us.
Yeah, I do. I know that all too well. But imagine it's gonna be a pretty quick one tonight. So, but we're gonna barrel through it anyways. What's up, John? What is up? Yeah. So, Mr. William, what do you do for a living, man? What is your job?
Tune, maintain, and rebuild pipe organs.
Right on. So you spend a lot of time at church, huh?
I do. I'm not a really religious guy, but I work there, so
You don't burst.
pays bills.
You don't burst into flames when you walk through the doors, huh?
Most days I'm good.
Just pray for forgiveness. All right. So how did you start fishing, Mr. William?
It was honestly it was a foster care thing. It was just something that a group of people took us kids out to get us out of the city and took us out to the mountain, and then passion grew from there. I grew up around a couple friends' dads that took us out all the time, and then got out of it for a little bit, life and stuff like that, and then found the passion again tough. So
Right
it's not
on.
hard to do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you started kayak fishing, in foster care, when did you start into the kayak
No.
world?
I didn't start kayak fishing. I started fishing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I meant. If you started fishing, then when did you actually start kayak fishing? When did you get into that?
that was 4 years ago now, 3.5, 4 years ago. I hated bank fishing, and a buddy just had a random kayak, and I just grabbed it, and he let me borrow it for the summer, and I started drilling holes in it. It wasn't even my kayak, and I'm just like, hey, I'm improving your kayak, and it was all over after that, man. Honestly, there was no turning back. It's it's limitless. It's a great sport. The community behind it is just huge. The people are good people for the most part.
Right on.
Looks like a lot of people didn't get notifications for the show. Like Cody just got here, Abel just got here, and they're like, none of them got notifications.
Huh?
I didn't.
You forever should let everyone know.
Yeah, that's really weird. Hey guys, go ahead and share. Let people know everything's going on, because I don't know what happened. As I went live. I tried to share it, and for whatever reason, I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't got
Facebook has hiccups, dude, like all the time.
Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, like when we had Robert Field on, it was telling us that we only had like 3 people watching live or something, or 2 people, and we had an entire conversation going on with like over 24 people talking on the stupid chat, and it said we only had like 2 people live. Like that doesn't make any sense. So please, really do share. If you don't share, people don't know we're live. People don't know what's going on. That's how we spread the word. That's how we get exposure for the angler that's on here, and give him an opportunity to promote himself and maybe his sponsors. And if people don't know what's going on,
Yeah. So
think of it this way: if you win or ever have opportunity to come on here, you're gonna want other people to share it. So if you share it, they'll do the favor for you when it's your turn. Yeah.
So back to Will. So you took your buddy's kayak, you're fishing off that, and then what was your first kayak?
Sun dolphin, man.
Yeah.
Sit inside, brother.
Was it blue like David's?
No, it was not. It was forest green, I was gonna say, or whatever that dark color is that they have.
OD green. OD green, like like military olive green, drab green.
Exactly.
It was the angler version with the rod holders in the back.
Oh, I went all out when I bought my first kayak. Shoot, you best believe it.
Shoot.
Right on.
Fun, man.
Oh yeah, dude. We did have a bunch of people just join in all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah. James actually invited invited directly everybody, all like a bunch of his friends, I think, because he invited me.
All right, sweet. Thanks you, James. We appreciate it. For whatever reason, it won't let us share it to the Yak-A-Bass page. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with I posted like 2 back-to-back posts within like 6 hours of each other or something, so it automatically thought it was flagging it as spam or something. So now it won't let us post the live stream there, but it'll let me post like the preview. I don't know. Stupid Facebook.
Weird.
Yeah, it's stupid. But so with that, the next question,
What
Grant.
clubs do you fish right now?
What's that?
What clubs are you fishing right now?
Hey, that's a legit. That's the legitimate. The next question. You literally copy and paste pretty much the same ones over and over, and I just kind of switch. These are just very basic questions that we go
Do
through.
you fish anything else other than Yak-A-Bass? I mean, do you do any of the KBF online events or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm doing majority of the KBF online stuff. I'm really trying to qualify.
Yeah.
So I got that big $100,000 prize next year. So I got some goals.
You do any like tournaments or anything on the salt, anything like that?
This year, I told myself I'm gonna do a lot more multi-species fishing. I'm gonna target, everything I possibly can, tournament-wise and just for fun. So this year, I hope to be talking to you guys a couple times more. Maybe we'll see how that goes. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to enter a lot of tournaments.
Hey man, if you win multiple events, you earned your spot on here the second time. So hell yes, do it. Get it, son. Hopefully I can get a W and then I can interview second place. That's my goal.
That's a good goal. We should be interviewing you. You did pretty damn good out there today, or Saturday. My bad.
Well, I mean, we can ask me questions, but we're not there to that part of the interview yet. We're talking about Will. And we're learning about who you are before we start moving on to the actual the meat and potatoes. What most people are probably on here for, but.
No one wants to hear about me.
Come on, dude. You're not giving yourself enough credit. What kayak are you fishing out of currently? If you fished out of a Sun Dolphin and everything, what are you fishing out of right now?
I have 2 Jacksons, a Cuda 12 and a Kraken 13.5 Elite, and that is what I paddle. That thing is a fierce paddle machine. Jim Salmons and Jackson created a beast there. It keeps up with pedal drive kayaks. I don't have a problem pushing it through the water. As people see me, I'm not afraid to paddle to cover water with it, and that kayak allows me to do that.
Yeah, hey, you might want to lean back a little bit, like your name is written like across your chin. Oh, look at that shirt he's wearing! Look what shirt he's wearing! Look at.
I had to change it since everyone else had their blue collar angler shirt on. I had to represent.
Look at it! Look at! We love you. We love you, Adam. We love you. We love you, Adam. Lots of love. Anyways, we don't want to get too mushy. So yeah, dude, you were paddling that. You're paddling your Kraken fast. You're keeping up with all the pedal drives pretty good. I mean, I don't know how long you could do that before you burn out, but that's still saying a lot about those the Kraken, anyways.
Covering water is key, man. That's
Well, sometimes it is.
you gotta be able to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you did Jackson proud, man. I promise you that.
I appreciate it. I try.
Yeah. So with that, I guess we got the the basics, the biography of Mr. William here. Hold on, thinking. No. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and talk about the win, man. I still have the
Yeah, it's like, I don't think that's a real question.
Yeah, can you tell I kind of rushed that together a little bit? So if you want, you can go ahead and talk about where Camanche is for those who don't know. Granted, I imagine it's pretty much just Yak-A-Bass people watching tonight. But anyways, where's Camanche, man? Tell us where it is.
It's some other load, man. It's a beautiful lake. It is outside of Jackson, I guess, is the best way to Ione-ish, maybe. I don't know exactly where it's considered, but I drive there a lot. I guess I should know where it's at. But it is a beautiful body of water. Beautiful. They have campsites that are right on the water. It's a great place, man. They have places to launch from everywhere besides, your typical boat ramp. They have nice little beach launches and stuff like that you could take advantage of.
Yeah. East of Stockton.
East of Stockton. There we go.
East of Stockton. East of Stockton, southeast of Sacramento, northeast of Modesto. Right?
You should have been talking about that then.
Yeah. Well, I had to ask. It's a standard question. We got to ask the winner, man. The winner's supposed to tell us where it's at because you won.
I just drive there. It's autopilot for me. I don't remember where it's
It's
at.
kind of like.
Just know the roads.
All right.
Yep, exactly.
So, what kind of fishery would you declare Camanche? A shallow, deep, river, current kind of what would you consider Camanche? What kind of fishery would you consider it?
I would say shallow. I'd say deep to shallow. I had not fished there since January. I want to say is the last time I fished there. And as you know, everything is deep there. For the most part, 20, 30 feet was where I was able to find them in January. But they were nowhere near that deep this last Saturday here. So.
Yeah. That was my experience too. I don't know if everybody else is graphing the same kind of fish that I was, but pretty much I was graphing lots and lots of schools in like the 12 to 15 foot range, sometimes maybe 16. I mean, I still can find fish out in 20, 25 feet of water, but just the majority, anytime I was in 12 to 15 foot of water, I was over a school of fish almost everywhere. And you could see them, just balls of shad, because I know they're fish because I was fishing that same water the week prior, and there was nothing there. And then when I was over it on both Friday and on Saturday, because I went pre-fishing on Friday, they were there, 12, 15 feet, all over the place. And that's just where they were. The fish that I caught were shallow. But they were going up the shallows to feed, and they were turning around and run back out to the deep water.
Yeah.
What was the deepest depth you caught your fish at?
Less than 10 feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly here.
I think I might have drop shotted some like a dink just kind of throughout the day, but just kind of see if I still got it. But nothing to write home about, and nothing that made me think that, hey, I just need to go ahead and try to grind it out doing this. Once you start getting over 50 inches, man, you're not just looking for a bite. You're looking for a big bite. You're looking for a. If I didn't, I talked to a few guys. I'm like, dude, I need an 18-incher to cull. I need a 20-incher to feel comfortable. I was going for a 20-incher. I caught an 18-incher, great, but I wanted a 20. But anyways, so what kind of structure do you find out there?
What was I looking for?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just talking about the lake in general. What kind of structure does Camanche have in your experience?
Well, now with all the extreme high water that we have, it's got everything: submerged timber, grass everywhere, rock piles everywhere. There's honestly a little bit of everything. If you've never fished it, you've never had the opportunity to fish it, I would say get out there and enjoy it. It's a fun place to fish.
I agree.
You don't have to go far. You don't have to put in work. They're sitting shallow.
Yep. Right now, you could go out and toss a Senko, and you should be able to get bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Jesus, that you could even then if you don't mind going through the dinks, you could drop shot and catch fish. You can drop shot shallow and catch fish. You just go. Yeah, it's there's not much to it. It's the time of year right now is the fish will eat damn near anything you put in front of their face. They're hungry. They're feeding. You got your fish that have gone up and are up spawning, and those fish would probably pretty much eat anything too because they're trying to get it out of their bed. If you happen to go through one, they're going to pick it up and spit it out. So you have to be real quick on the hook set. But and you can pretty much throw damn near anything you want. You can go burn the banks throwing a crankbait. You can burn the banks throwing a spinnerbait. Burn the banks throwing a rattle trap. Burn the banks. Shit, throw a swim bait. Just go out there and fish. This is the best time. If there's any bait out there that you have in your possession that you are not comfortable fishing and you want to learn, go throw it now. Go throw it now. Get comfortable doing it because you can catch fish doing it and you'll know how to use it. You understand what the bite feels like a little bit more so. Granted, in the wintertime or the bite may change, but it'll build confidence in that particular bait. That's what I would do. Camanche is a great place to do it. Was it $14 if you go by yourself? Go by yourself in your kayak. $14 is not too bad considering we pay like $10 to go launch someplace on the Delta. For $14 in a place that's stocked and it's got the rock piles and the timber and the flats and the deep water access. Camanche is a phenomenal place to go. My only complaint is that they let pleasure boaters in there. If they made it a fishing only lake, that place would be off the chain.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, that would change things a little differently.
If they made it like Pardee, can you imagine? Like Pardee's one of the best places to go in the summer. It's pretty much just as expensive as fishing at Camanche. I think it might even be the same exact cost to get in Camanche, but it is fishing only. They don't allow pleasure boaters. Granted, in the summertime, it can be pretty packed with a lot of fishermen, but it's a great place to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What kind of water temperature you run into, Will?
Pretty much steadily high 60s.
High 60s, huh?
Yeah, I want to say it was 68 or something like that. My fish finder could be off. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it because I knew they were sitting shallow and stuff like that for the most part. So, well, I didn't know that, but I have an idea that's where they were at. Well, what were you reading over there? Yeah,
I was pretty much reading like 64 to 66 to 67, like maybe fringing on that. When I went up Friday, when I got off the water, I think it was like 64-ish. 64. I think, and then when I got on the water, the water was actually a little bit warmer when I got on the water in the morning on Saturday than when I got off the water on Friday at like 1. So
yeah, that's my fish finder. I've been having some troubles with the temperature and stuff like that. So
yeah. What were you keying in on? Like where were you throwing at? Or what were you looking for? Grass.
Yeah, that's where they were at, man. So the first fish was at like, I don't know when we launched, but it was about 15, 20 minutes after that, and it was 18 3/4 or something. And that was in about 10 feet of water. And once I realized where it was at and what was going on, I seen some more. The water clarity for me was 6 to 8 feet for me, and I was able to see and get an idea of what was going on down there. And I just started looking for shallow grass beds and found a couple of them.
Yeah, I definitely noticed. What was that? What was that, David? You got a little choppy.
Were you on points or like in coves or what?
No, I was all in coves. Everything was in a cove. Nothing I found on a point. I worked them relentlessly and couldn't come up with anything. And they were all just tucked back, just sitting back out of the current and out of the fuss of stuff.
I definitely noticed that anytime I got around grass, I was finding more largemouth, without a doubt. Do you run the same kind of? Would you run in the same kind of experience, Will?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were all your fish largemouth? You remember?
I had 2 dinks that were small, but the fish that counted were, yeah.
Interesting.
I only had 5 fish all day.
Yeah, I think I might have had a half dozen. Maybe like 1 or 2 more, but I was so focused on just getting to the next bite, I wasn't keeping track.
Yeah.
What lures were you using? What were you throwing, man? What were they biting?
Watermelon, red and green flake, weightless.
Cinco?
Yeah, weightless Cinco. And then that worked for 3. Let's see, what was that? 3 fish. I was able to get 3 fish on that, and 2 keepers, and then one of the smaller ones, and then one that really helped it out was the 2.58 Biggie Papa abalone shad crankbait, River to Sea. If you guys aren't familiar with that, check out their line of crankbaits. They work. And those were, I used 2 lures all day long, and a bunch of soft plastics, obviously. I threw Ned rigs because I love them, and I couldn't find anything. That was the soft plastics and the crankbaits was what worked for me on lure-wise. I didn't have an idea of what I was going to do going into it, and I stayed fairly shallow. You know, I didn't paddle too much, cover too much distance.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, Cody wrote a few questions on here. Did your pattern slow down when the wind picked up?
So from say 7 o'clock until about 11:30, I had 2 fish on, so it was pretty much dead. I caught 2 fish, and I was only able to measure 1 because the other one was a dink. And as some of you guys know, I was having back issues, and so I was telling myself and my back was like, all right, you're done. You need to get off the water. And then about 11:30, I came into a cove that's pretty much right across the way from the launch, and I just let the wind push me into the cove. I needed to get out and stretch a little bit, and as I was coming across, I just seen beds. There was fish, and so I just said, all right, I would just sit there and harass fish until I caught something, and I grabbed out the Biggie Papa and started just catching grass, and just slowly finding a spot that was working, and caught another couple dinks, and that was that. And then I was able to pick up a nice 18-inch fish that helped me out a little bit, and that's my back problem sort of went away, so to say, and I had to put in a little bit more work to catch up the big old Wes up there. So
hallelujah, the fish gods fixed your back.
Yeah, man. That adrenaline pumped into your back, and you're like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good now, right? Catch a couple fish. You're like, man, you don't need no back. You don't need pain pills. You need to catch a couple fish. Your back's good.
Yeah, you're all good, man. Once you start landing stuff, everything goes out the window.
Yeah.
Right on, man. So crankbait and Senko. That's it.
That's it, man. No Ned rig, nothing. The Senko, it's weightless. I tossed it out there and let it do its flutter thing, and a little bit of shaky work in it and retrieving it. If it didn't hit, I cast it somewhere else. And with the crankbait, it was just, I was literally sitting, and I think I want to say I was casting into 6 feet of water with a crankbait, and so I was literally, rod tip was all the way up in the air, and I was just raking it across, just trying to harass stuff on out. So.
Well, it worked, man.
Yeah, indeed. I actually left all my square bills at home. That's all right, man. I left my square bills at home, but I still finished where I finished.
So I had a little bit of. Let me see if I can find the picture. If you guys can see it. Come on, too many fish pictures here. You guys know how that goes. What I'm looking for is it was one of the mini trips earlier in the year to Lake Camanche, and I had jigged up a shad or something, and I can't find it right now, but it was I was able to find the abalone shad matched it perfectly, and so I knew that if I could find the fish were going to take that bait. So
should throw the abalone shad S waiver.
Yeah, you know how it is in competition, man. You want to go for the big baits, but you really just want fish. You just need fish.
You definitely want fish.
So
the big ones will bite the crankbait too.
If you had hit like 55 to 60 inches, that's when you might bust out that swim to put yourself like well over 60, like untouchable.
Yeah.
That'd be a badass day, though.
And I haven't got that comfortable with swim baits and during a tournament to do something tricky like that. That's bravery right there, you know.
Yeah.
If you got it, you got it, you know.
Right on.
Is any gear that you use? But I know what lures you're using. Any gear that was key in your win?
A lot of you guys know I throw carrot sticks. I live by them. They're key, to what helped me win. I could feel, you could feel everything. They're sensitive. They're great rods, and they don't have a problem pulling in reasonably decent sized fish. And I will say a huge shout out to Ego Nets. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but they help me. They give me the confidence of pulling in big fish without worrying about breaking lines and stuff like that. And you don't have to worry about digging your hook out of their, nets with their nylon nets and stuff like that. So those two things and a good pair of sunglasses was what happens.
It wasn't that Jackson hat that did it for you, huh?
It's that helps. That helps.
It's all sweat stained and sun bleached and.
That's the mojo.
That's Delta work right there, buddy. That's Delta work, man.
Yeah, it's the good mojo. Yeah, shout out. I definitely have to give a shout out to Yak Attack for the leverage landing net, because I actually had a fish on a crank and I got the net under her, and as I lift her out of the water, my crankbait goes shoot. And I had her in the net, and like she barely hooked, and she came out right in the net. I was like, "Woo!" That was
people. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was clutch, man. Go ahead.
People don't. They don't utilize a net enough. I think it's crucial. It's such a big help, and not just that. You can. I always when I'm fumbling with the fish trying to get my camera. Trying to take a picture, I just let it in the net, and I let it sit in the net, and it's nice and safe and comfortable, not flopping around my deck, harmed, or anything like that. So,
yeah, that's key right there, because I know what you mean, man. When you got like 5 things to do to take a picture, you got to get your phone out and get your identifier and this and that and this and that. And having your fish sit in the net does feel a lot more safe.
It's it's back in the water. It's comfortable. It's not when you do get it on the board, it's not all anxious and flipping out and stuff like that. And another thing I like to utilize is I have my Ego Net's a little bit bigger. Is sometimes I've learned that for some reason fish like to flop towards the left for me. Whenever they like to flop off the board, they've always went to the left towards me. And so I'll just set my net it's to the left, still in the water, just in case. Hopefully, something like that happens that it lands in there.
You ever caught a fish? You ever caught a fish flopping off?
I have not.
It'll happen.
I have had a fish flop off, and I've had to refight it again. James Schneider was there for that fun battle with a nice striper, but other than that, I've not had to recatch a fish like that. Thank goodness.
Oh, looks like Adam joined. What up, Adam? We're all representing. We all represent. David's got his on too. Show him, David.
Yeah, that's right, man.
There we go. So yeah, man. I put mine in the net as well whenever I'm getting fumbling and all that stuff. A really key, dude. If you don't have a tourney tag, that was clutch, dude. That was clutch too, because now I didn't have to worry about where my damn identifier was. I saw a couple guys, they're like, oh, I didn't have to bring a Ziploc or anything, and now they have a piece of paper. It's gonna get wet and soppy and soggy and rip and all that other stuff. Yeah, a tourney tag, got to get one or two. Actually, if you didn't know, I actually broke I broke my my hog trough. I broke the end where the fish nose goes up against it, because I had trying to hold my phone in one hand and lift the fish on the board to reposition it inside my kayak, and I grabbed it by the lip of the hog trough, and it snapped the corner off of it. But luckily it didn't break the whole thing, so now I got to get a new hog trough. And
I need to get a backup one, man. I've been hearing about too many people breaking theirs.
Yeah.
And
Jason Colin just had his big fish DQ'd or whatever from this last week tournament because he had a broken hog trough.
Yeah, dude, that sucks. Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt, man.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely reinforce it, because pre-fishing, I was catching those 4.5. I caught a 4.5 the week before, and then I caught a 6 on Friday. And having it on the board, because I put it up on the railing, up on the railing of my Hobie, and I put it down on the floorboard. And the weight of the fish causes the board to kind of concave a little bit and put a little bend in it. It's like, nope, I'm not doing that again. So I'm going to get another hog trough, and I'm going to put wooden dowels in it or something, because I'm not going to happen to me, homie.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That would suck. Have that happen on tournament day.
Yeah, reinforce it and make it float. That's the safest bet to go. But so I was looking through my gallery of pictures, and I was able to find that bait fish that I hooked from Camanche. If you guys want to check it out, so you get an idea of what.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, let me adjust that.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of got like it's almost got like a green hue on the back of it, huh?
Yeah, and that Biggie Papa abalone shad imitated that thing just to a T.
Huh.
Nice, dude.
You're gonna have to get the River to Sea goon in the abalone shad and toss that bad boy around.
I am not familiar with it, but I will. I actually have the River to Sea page up now, and I will take a look at it.
Yeah, the goon is their deep diver.
Okay. Marked on Tackle Warehouse. Thank you very much.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
So, what I was gonna say, I don't know where you guys were going, but I was just gonna say I had no game plan when it came to this. I just wanted to stay relatively close to the dock, just in case I had to get out of the water. I want to say, I think when I looked at my fish finder, I want to say it was just under 2 miles. I went the whole entire day.
Wow.
So again, back at Camanche, you don't have to go far to find fish. You just throw a plastic worm in there, man. Throw a Senko in there.
Yep.
Right on. We got a couple questions here. Woo! I must have messed my screen up here. No, I didn't. Maybe I did. Let's see. Wait till the majority of time. Bite was best for you. Oh, when? When was the bite best for you?
From 11 o'clock on.
Oh,
I caught one decent fish in the morning, one smaller fish, very small fish, and then it died. And then 11:30, I started catching some and seeing some potential fish and stuff like that. But it was dead for me. I don't know about how you guys did or anything like that, but 11:30 on was when it picked up, when I felt that there was going to be some stuff going on. So
yeah. It died for me, man. It died for me. I didn't catch a fish after 11:15.
My fish didn't come till 12:30, man.
Speaking of, he's asked about the wind. The wind actually was key for me. Once the wind died that morning, the solar wind from the sun causes solar wind if you're not aware. But the wind coming from the direction of the sun first thing in the morning was awesome. But once the sun got up about 10:30 or so, it just completely died for me.
I would like to know, how far did you go? Where did you go? Just because, like I said, it did the exact opposite for me.
You can't see me, but they can. I gotta keep that. I kind of got. I talked to my dad, and I was gonna share with everybody. But in the future, imagine we're gonna have tournaments out there, and the spots that I was fishing are. I don't know one want to share. I mean, they're not the big time secrets. But if I could let the cat out of the bag, everybody would be all over them, and we don't really want that.
Don't be a wussy, man. We need coordinates, bro. Coordinates right now.
No, but that's actually how I fished. I was using my GPS. I literally had my sonar off, and I knew where my spots were, and that's how I was catching them. I turned my sonar off, and I was using the GPS, and I was literally going around these spots, fishing multiple angles, and pedaling. And I had one area with like 3 or 4 spots on it, and I had another area with only like one or 2 spots on it, and that was it. I literally fished the first spot, the one spot with the one area with the multiple spots first thing in the morning, and then I hit the other spot. After that spot died, and then went back out to the first area, and then I came back into the second area, and that was my day.
How much water did you cover?
I probably covered 6 or 7 miles. Probably not even that much now that I think about it. Well, take it back, because I did have to pedal around the areas a little bit. Yeah, so I covered some good water, man. I was worn out when I got home. Yeah, John Parker invited me back to the cabin thing for some brats and stuff, but I didn't want to be rude. I was just worn out. I needed to get home. As soon as I got home, dude, I was out like a light.
Yeah, I slept so good that night.
Dude.
Yeah, I was tired too, man.
But, so we've got, let's see. Where are the GPS coordinates for each bass you caught, Mr. Christopher Thomas? Sorry, homie. Privileged information.
Christopher Thomas. That guy, always with the GPS coordinates. He knows how to contact me. I'll tell him what's up. Good old Christopher Thomas, man.
What are you tapping on, man? That shit comes through the speakers and...
Yeah, I was doing something on my computer. My bad.
Yeah, well, they can hear that. I don't think they appreciate it, Mr. Will. James says 15.6 miles for one freaking keeper.
James, you're a savage. You're savage. And I apologize for that, because you should have fished with me.
Wow. Hold on. What we had? Bam had a question. He says, have the fish moved areas / depth wise in Camanche over the past few months for you, Will, or were they able to stay on the same fish in the same area?
Good question. Very good question. No, they were completely different. I usually fish a launch from a campsite. I won't give out privileged information. I'm going to pull a less move on that one. But most of you guys know where it is, and you can PM me. I'll tell you what's up.
You don't know? No.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. PM me and you'll know. No, so I usually launch from a different area, and I had honestly fished this area one time for a brief second, months and months and months and months and months ago. And the only reason why I didn't go to the South Shore area is because I didn't know who was launching over there, and as I previously stated, with some back issues, I didn't want to put myself in that position. So I knew there would be people at the South Shore launch, and I just stuck close to there, literally stuck close to there. And it was all new fishing, pretty much, like I said, because I was not familiar with that area.
Oh, Ken, this smart aleck, he was judging the photos, and he got to see my GPS coordinates. You jackass! He's like, it changed my life.
Yeah, Ken, funny guy. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll take you, Ken, but nobody else.
Oh, that hurts.
No, that's all right. I mean, it just, like I said, it's not complete rocket science. Not like they're anything new. But if I told everybody how or why I was there, it's like it. It's just one of those things. Like it's if you know. If you don't, I'm not gonna tell you, because it's just one of those kind of spots. It's pretty much a community hole. I mean, like,
Yeah. No, and I'm giving enough information. If you never fished Camanche or had any idea what to do now out there, you have a good idea what to do.
You could do damn near the same thing that I did in plenty of areas across the lake. There's places by the dam that you could do pretty much exactly what I did, and
yeah,
homework, man. I did my homework. Granted, my dad helped me a lot. He's fished a lot of tournaments out there and won a lot of money at Camanche, fishing basketball tournaments, and that helped a lot. But I did the research too. I spent a lot of time researching and doing my homework, and then I went out there the Saturday before, and I tested those areas, and they weren't quite what I was hoping, but there were fish there. They weren't definitely not the ones to win. They weren't even keepers, to be honest. But I knew there were fish there. And then I tried two other spots on the Saturday before, and there weren't any fish there. I caught the crappie on one of them, and I was like, okay, this isn't right. And then I was like, okay, well, if these spots don't, I'm gonna try this other spot over here that I knew was there, but I didn't really necessarily plan on fishing. But I went there and I caught a 4.5 on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, bingo, this spot is gonna be key. I'm not even gonna touch it. This spot is actually gonna be key. So I turned around and pretty much ended my day there. I think I fished a couple of island tops and stuff out right there in the, where the water. They're freaking marked. Like, you got the damn marker buoy when you're coming out of South Shore. There's a marker buoy of an island top. Like, I fished that island top, and I think I caught like an 18-incher there too. And it's like blatantly obvious, catch fish there. And then on Friday, I went out to the spots where I was catching those 10-inchers, and I stuck a 6.5 first cast. I was like, I knew there was gonna be fish out. I knew there was gonna be fish out there. I just didn't know if they were gonna be there. And first cast stuck a 6-pounder, 6.5-pounder. Yeah. So it's like, okay, this spot's gonna be clutch. I'm not gonna touch this again until tomorrow. And then I said, okay, so I don't have that one spot. I have the other spot where the 4.5 was. And this is pretty much where this is where I'm gonna live and die, and I'm just gonna go beat the bank, and I was gonna play offense. What I did, I went and played offense, see if I could find maybe some other water, or possibly beat up other people's water. Because in kayak tournaments, we are very much limited with, granted it was an open launch, but I played offense. I wanted to go out and see if I can go beat up some other fish that other people were gonna be trying to be catching. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? We're playing this tournament. Play a little offense. And possibly learn a little bit about maybe learn something along the way. And I didn't really do anything. I found one other spot that had some fish on it, but nothing that made me super excited about it. And that was it. I came back in at 1:00 because I pretty much already knew what my game plan was. And I dropped my kayak off. I ran to Bass Pro, picked up the 2 baits. Actually caught my most fish because I didn't have any, but I knew that's what I wanted to do. That's what I did. That was pretty much it.
It's a solid game plan. I do the same thing for free fishing. I usually beat up spots that I'm not going to fish tournament day, see what happens.
Yeah, at the very least, you'll learn something to help you on game day. And
yeah, there's a possible pattern to pick up or something along those lines. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, never hurts to play offense, man.
Absolutely.
What they say? The best defense is a good offense.
I agree there, 100%.
So,
what did you use, Wes?
what
lures did you use, bud?
I was
If
using
you don't mind.
I was using a Strike King 6XD. Let me go ahead and grab it real quick if you guys give me a second.
All right.
Switch to David so that way you're not looking at an empty spot.
I caught my 2 small fish on a spinnerbait.
What color?
It was like a sexy shad, something like that. But yeah, I caught one that wasn't a keeper, and then I caught one 14 1/4. So it was
So
tough to look for me.
Where did you launch, Mr. Baraka?
At this secret camp. The secret spot.
The secret spot, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
How many people launched from there, if you don't mind me asking?
There's quite a few. There's a bunch of people that camped over there, and then people that showed up in the morning. But I didn't find my fish until I didn't start catching until 12:30, 12:45, and my kayak's not too fast, so I didn't have too long before I had to start paddling back. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I would say that is a downfall with that behemoth you have. It's not paddle friendly as much as it should be.
Yeah.
All right, so here is the juice. This is what I caught. Most of my fish on, right here. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Hold on, let me.
No.
All right, so for just one question here, so that way Will can see. It's gonna take a second. Okay, we're turning it back on. Now they're going to see 2 pictures of me, but whatever. All right, so this is the juice right here. It's a 6XD. I believe I believe it's called Sexy Ghost Shad. If you can't quite see because of the color, but this is it's like a green pumpkin on the top, and then it goes to like a shark. It's got a chartreuse green pumpkin on the top, and it's got the chartreuse vein, whatever. And then this, like a white, clear, translucent bottom. And I had other crankbaits in my box, but they were white, and I just felt like white was just, the water was so damn clear. I felt like the white was just too unnatural. You know what I mean? So I wanted something a little more natural looking. So that's why I went with that one. It looks like it could be either a bluegill or it could be like a bass of some kind because the coloring on it. And I caught like 4 fish off that first thing in the morning. Three keepers and one deep, and it was pretty. I was sitting over the deeper water, casting up shallow, and cranking it. And that's a 6XD. The water was less than 10 feet of water. The only thing is that pretty much anytime I fish a crankbait, I want to be making contact with something. And out on the reservoirs, you want to be making bottom contact as much as possible, unless there's something for you to deflect off of. So the reason why I went with the 6XD because it was a deep diver. It says 19 feet and beyond. So I knew it was going to make contact, and if I did fish it in the deeper water, it would still make contact. So that's why I picked that particular crankbait. And that's why I picked that one and that color. Threw that on an Enigma. It's a crankbait rod. It's a 7'2" heavy crankbait rod. I do wish that I did have a longer rod, but when I made my order of rods, the longer crankbait rod wasn't quite available yet. But I do wish it was a little bit longer so I make some longer casts. But that was the bad boy, and I pretty much caught I caught those first 4 fish before like 10 o'clock, like 9:30, between 9:30 and 10, and then my crankbait died. The wind stopped. The sun got up a little bit, and I still kept fishing a little bit, and then I switched to a Carolina rig, tossed that around, didn't get a bit on it. It was like, okay, so I fished those spots, and I was like, okay, this area's dead. I'm going to hit that one spot where I caught the 4-pounder, and that's what I did. I went to that one spot and I tossed my jig. This is the jig I caught that 4-pounder on. This is just a generic half-ounce football jig, football head, and then what I did is, as a kayaker, weight in your kayak is huge, right? So instead of me having a box full of 50 jigs and 50 half-ounce jigs, that's 25 ounces. That's like 2 pounds. That's like a lot. That's a lot of weight to carry, extra weight carrying around the kayak. So what I've done is I've actually went and I bought about a dozen, half dozen or dozen, just plain old jig heads. And then I found this company. It's called Boss Customs. They're actually made by fishingskirts.com or fishing skirts, whatever. And that's all they do is make jig making materials. But they decided to make their own jigs or their own jig, color combinations. And so they call it Boss Customs. I believe the color of this one's called bluegrass or something. It's got a green pumpkin, an orange, and then a blue. It looks all like a bluegill. And then I was thrown on with a rage craw, Okeechobee rage craw, which is like a green pumpkin sapphire blue laminate.
Those rage craws are like my favorite craw right there.
Yeah, dude, they kick up a lot of water when they move. They make a really good swim jig trailer as well. But that was it. Tossed it up. I tossed it around, and so I caught my big fish on. I got like 3 or 4 bites around that same spot with that jig, and that's the one I stuck. The 18 and whatever the hell she was. But yeah, I'm working on the edit of the video of that, and then also the big fish. I didn't manage to get all my fish on video because I was just wrapped up in everything. When I was throwing that crankbait, one thing is pedaling out there and I'm hauling ass and my adrenaline's going and everything, and I'm like casting like just winding away, and like, dude, like you got to slow down. So there's this pop song my daughter listens to. It's like dun dun dun, and I was just using that as a way to slow myself down. Except remember that tempo, slow yourself down, and that's it. Did when I was cranking, I didn't get bit, but when I make a couple casts with it slowing it down, and it, sometimes you got to remind yourself.
I feel music helps me. I swear to God, there's certain music you will constantly hear me play while I'm fishing, and you're like, you're annoying. But I swear to God, it's one of those things that helps me catch fish, man. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because you get in that, your adrenaline's going, and you're like, go, 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 go. But
that repetitive motion, yeah.
So I deliberately had to slow myself down and remind myself, you're fishing too fast. Like, they may be active, but it's the water's still cold. They're not. Once you get post spawn, that's when they're like really moving. They're all amped up, and the water's warm, and that's the wildlife is moving around. But that's kind of how that worked for me. Let's see. We got more. Let's see. Whoa!
I just got the notification right now that we were live. Way late.
Wow, dude, that's
weird.
That's Facebook for you, man.
Yeah.
Adam wants to know, what do you do with your winnings, Will? Reinvest in gear?
I got kids, man. No, so I'm gonna put probably half of it, just leave it in PayPal just to pay for tournaments and stuff like that this year, and the rest is gonna go towards bills.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Perfect, man. You got all your tournaments paid for.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna pay for the KBF event and then the Yak-A-Bass event, and then I'm gonna buy a new sun shield. I think I'm gonna buy the Sims one or maybe another buff one. But my glasses keep fogging up and it's pissing me off. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like I've got to get one with ventilation on the front.
Yeah.
I hear if you get the anti-fog spray and put it on your sunglasses, that it helps.
Yeah, but I'll just buy it myself.
I've never tried it.
I'll just buy it. I'll just buy a single product and not have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, I need to get those gloves, man, because I noticed like I'm gonna have a tan line where just my hands are tan. That's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Always wear a long sleeve.
Yeah, I know. I had like a dark and not so dark. Like I was like, wow.
Gonna have those beat up hands and then one of those like dried up freaking brown hands, and then the rest of me be this white.
Yeah. Yeah, so gotta invest in. But then you have your gloves, then you'll have only like two knuckles.
Your
Two
fingers,
knuckles.
just
Just your knuckles, yeah. That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, I think I want to get those sleeves, the ones that are just the UV sleeves, so that way I don't have to wear a complete. Let's wear a t-shirt and those sleeves. So I don't wear a full on. I don't know. Granted, the Columbia long sleeve PFG professional fishing gear or whatever they call it, performance fishing gear. Those long sleeves are pretty cool. Field and Stream at Dick's, they make a pretty good one too, for like
I like those
$20 cheaper. Yeah, and Under Armour makes one too, but it's like $60 or $70. They're real expensive. So what do we have?
Anyway,
Sean,
if you have any more questions,
well, we got more.
We got the juice from Will. We got all the info for the win. And if you guys want to go up to Camanche, you know what to do.
Sean Hyatt says, describe your plastics you used.
I'll show you, Sean. So soft plastic, no weight, just Texas Riglet, watermelon, red and green flake. I want to say it's like a 5-inch or something like that. And then crankbait wise, Big Papa abalone shad, 2.58 crankbait. That's all. Like I said, I threw Ned rig, stuff like that. Threw a couple other plastics, soft plastics, nothing. It was. I call it Christmas tree, or Christmas is what I call that Senko. Christmas paid off.
Yeah. So here's the plastic that I was throwing when I did throw it. Granted, I didn't get any big bites on it, so I really didn't throw it in the tournament. But pre-fishing, there's a rubber worm oxblood. I believe this is the fat version, not just a standard straight tail oxblood, 6-inch fat. The fish tear up the front end of it, and I just rip off the front end, or when the hook gets all messed up, I'll fish it down. I'll fish a 6-inch worm down to 4 inches after it's been ripped off the hook a bunch of times before I ever put a new one on. I don't know if I'm cheap or just confident. I don't know what the difference is.
Man, no, nothing wrong with saving plastics, man.
They go up every year, so might as well utilize them. Once they get small enough, I turn them into Ned rigs. So you call it what you want, man.
I was live, and they were talking about how some state, I forgot what state it was, they were trying to ban soft plastics. Like, you cannot fish with soft plastics there. It was because so many fish were dying. So, like, some people from that state started something where everyone's committing to, not throwing your plastics in the water when you're done with them.
Well,
they ban them.
If I can avoid it, I keep all my plastics stay in my boat. But there's the ones that the fish get and stuff like that.
Yeah, it happens. But I mean, that I was like, man, that's something California would definitely do. Ban soft plastics.
Oh yeah, they got rid of lead ammo, so of course they would do that, man.
Let's see. Bam asked how long it took me to pedal to the trout pond. So funny.
He's got jokes. Gotta love Bam.
Jokes for days. That knee slapper. Let's see. Thanks, Naoki. Looks like he tuned in.
Hey, Naoki, what's up, buddy?
Let me have that jig. I'll give you that jig, Adam. You can have it if you want it. Just buy me a pack of Rage Quarters. I'm pretty much out. Let's see.
It is a sexy looking rig.
Preston says, "Hey Wes, and congrats to Will. I am." Ooh, Brian from Headwaters Adventure Company up in Reading joined in. So with that, anything else we want to talk about before we wrap it up? Any more questions, you guys?
No, I want to give a huge shout out to the guys that run Yak-A-Bass, the guys behind the scenes that don't get any appreciation. They run a great program, and thank you for everything you guys do.
Right on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the great tournaments, man. Thank you for basically Yak-A-Bass is why I got into kayak fishing. So I agree, man. Huge shout out to everyone running Yak-A-Bass.
Yak-A-Bass is the gateway drug.
That's right, it is.
The taps and main line.
Yeah. Yep. Safety first. Safety first.
Yeah, guys,
Any
come on now.
what I think, man.
Yeah. Any sponsors you want to plug? Anybody you want to say thank you to? Anything you've got going on in your life that you wanna plug?
So some of you guys know I do a river cleanup. We are gonna start getting that picked up off the ground once the water slows down here. So if you can give us a like over at Sacramento River Cleanup on Facebook and just stay up to date with that, I'd be greatly appreciated. We have some cool stuff that's going to be happening soon, so pay attention for that. And just my sponsors, man: California Canoe and Kayak, Carrot Sticks, and Jackson Kayak.
Well, aren't you clever with your Mr. Nalgene water bottle?
Gotta be a whore for the labels, man.
Hey, it's all good. That's actually pretty clever. You got them all on there. Right on.
So I don't forget.
So before we do all that, hey David, you want to go ahead and do the giveaway for last week? You got your wheel ready?
I do. I mean, share it up, or just do it.
Yeah, you can do both. It don't matter. It's up to you, man. You can share it. It's gonna split between you and Will, but I forgot to set up the window again.
There's only 10 people total on for this week, guys. So here we go. Who's gonna win the Trapper Tackle hooks? Joe Rurolt. Yeah, I can't say your last name, man, but
You are the winner. Congrats.
Winner,
man.
Winner, chicken dinner. Right on, man.
Try out those Trapper Tackle hooks. I've been trying the drop shot hooks, and I like them, so I am looking forward to trying the rest of them.
Right on.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, man. That was fun.
We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Whoa, wait, look at that. Wait, hold on. Wait, whoops. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, look.
I didn't mean
Everyone look away from the screen. It's about to get ugly.
Yeah. Wes got clumsy. Let me turn off auto.
You end the show?
Yeah, on
that note, I guess that's it.
On an accident. I didn't end, but I got it back. All right. So with that, thank you everybody for tuning in. We're gonna try to get somebody pretty cool for next week. We've got a lot of big events going on across the nation. Try to get a couple winners, maybe one or two, and have them on from across the nation so we can spread the love and learn about some other parts of the country. With that, anything else, David?
That's it, man. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for coming on, Will.
Later, guys. Thank you very much.
Peace out, everybody.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Bye,